Hello, people. It's your boy Usmaan back again. Manchester United back on top where we belong. Flipping out. Another victory, putting us back to first. That is now over a year without dropping points or without losing away from home, which is an absolutely outstanding record. Man United get there with goals clear to see of Cavani and Paul Labile Pogba. As the title says, it's a fan calling show. This is all about you guys. It's all about you lot. Have your say after the game. Whatever you want to discuss regarding the game, come have your say. It can be criticism, it can be positivity, whatever it may be, it's up to you lot. As always, check me out, Usmaan Talk Tonight. If you want to get yourself involved, get yourself in the queue. We got 2 people waiting for the queue. Before we do that, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. As always, we got a comment here from Joe the homie. We're tip top of the fucking league. You love to see it. As I was saying, that stream, you have free promotion there. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We're going to get our first guest on very shortly. As I've just said, what are your thoughts? How are you guys feeling? Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, let's get our first guest on. Without further ado, Hamza Cavani.
Yes.
Let's go. Manchester United, top of the league. What are you saying, Hamza?
Bloody hell, that was a hard watch. That was tough, but we're back on top. Happy.
Yes.
I don't even get me on. I thought it was someone else. I was just there chilling. I didn't know I was going to come on that quick.
Nah, I thought obviously get you on first, and I called you there as well, innit? But me and Cody normally have the longest of chats in it, so I thought I'd get you on.
Yeah, I'll have a quick one. I'll have a quick say.
Wow. But listen, how you feeling? By the way, like you said, it was a flipping, very nervous game. We don't like to win. We don't like to win these games comfortably, do we?
No, definitely not. It was tough. It was hard. But you know what? Everyone says it when you're signing champions is to get through these kind of games. Even though I won't call us like favourites. We're definitely not favourites. But the way we're playing, you can tell they're really grinding out results now. So the main thing is the 3 points. That's the main thing. I'm not happy with some of the performances individually. Like for example, Fred. As mentioned, Fred, to you on the chat before.
Martial, I know you don't.
Martial, got to have a word with him, man. I swear.
You not been a fan of Martial for a while.
And then Bruno as well. Like, to be honest, he deserves a bit of a little, dip in form. Leeway. And Pogba can replace him. Obviously, Pogba's doing his bits now, but just I think the small things, just like his passing and stuff like that. Like he needs to improve that. Like the little flicks he does. I don't like even in the Liverpool game he was doing. His first time passes.
We've got imposter Bilal. We're favourites. I don't care.
I don't know about that. Man City look too good at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. But listen, let's talk about some of the negatives, so to speak, and then I'm gonna finish on the positives. For those of you that don't know, obviously Hamza's my cousin, but as you can see by his name, this guy's a huge Cavani fan. The man's even got their shirt, Obviously, Cavani. Well, I'll ask you who your man of the match was. But let's talk about Martial first, and you can go on to Fred afterwards, isn't it? Well, I suppose you can kind of put Martial and Greenwood in the same bracket because they're both not really offered anything for a while now.
That's the main thing. It's just the offering. It's just there's not much of it offered to the game. Like over the course of 90 minutes, I don't know. I can't see like spells where they're like playing well. Like at least do something in spells. It's like consistently just poor. They'll get the ball. They'll end up passing it back to, like, for example, Martial and Luke Shaw are linking up today. He just gives it back to Luke Shaw, and then Luke Shaw will go back to the midfield. He won't try anything himself, and when he does try, he doesn't pull it off at the moment. But obviously, that's a lot of it's got to do with form. We can't just slander the player. We know he's got quality, but it's just it's too poor, too consistently poor. Same with Greenwood. He's dipped a lot in form. Like when he first came onto the scene earlier on in the season, we were saying he's the best English player. But now we can see other ones like Saka and Foden. They're keeping it consistent, them lot, and then Greenwood's really dipped. So I don't know. They've both been very poor, to be honest. And then like we were saying about Cavani, he's just been different class. Usmaan, he is just the effort he puts in. I can't believe he's like. Is he one of the oldest players in our?
I think he's 34. If I'm not mistaken.
It's like he plays like he's about 26, and he's like, I don't know. He just runs, and he doesn't stop running. The amount of times he tracked back today reminds me of the way Rooney used to track back. He's just brilliant. And even when he gets the ball, the way he holds it up and flicks it on, and then tries to turn and make these little runs, and he's just brilliant, man. He took his goal well today as well.
To be fair, he did miss a sitter though. I've got to say that. He has to score that, man.
Yeah, he
has to score that.
It was a good save, but he had to score it. To be honest.
He has to score that. I expect him to score. I was saying, I can't remember what I said it to. I was saying if Cavani gets any chance with his head, I'm expecting him to score. But
Yeah.
look, you mentioned obviously his work rate. I think that's one of my main frustrations with the way we set up. Like on the watch along, I was getting pissed because every time we were pressing Fulham, it looked like we were going to win the ball back. For whatever reason, we decided that we didn't want to press him for most of the game. And every time we did press him, we were winning it off him. So like in terms of the overall approach, obviously first half we were poor as always, but are you impressed the manner in which we grinded that result? You kind of mentioned the fact that this is what champions.
Yeah, I mean, we did grind it out, but the thing is, when you're 2-1 up and you're leading the game and you're top of the table, you're fighting for the league. I think the way we see our games, we need to be better than that because they had chances. Yeah, Loftus-Cheek was causing problems at the end.
He was killing us.
Yeah, even Lookman in the first half, especially, they were causing
he ripped as a new one, man.
So I don't know. We need to see our games in a more professional manner, especially when you're trying to win the league. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, speaking of seeing out the game, honest to God, Rashford, I don't know how many.
I don't understand when he passed it back to the keeper. What was he doing?
Well, there's that as well, but there's he's literally the last kick of game, last 30 seconds. Bro, going to the corner. Why? Matic, right? He passes it to Matic inside. Matic literally gets the ball, plays it straight back to him, bro, keep it there. Have a bit of common sense. He takes on 2 players and then shoots. I swear to God, if they scored on the break then, I would have lost my. Just keep in the corner. And that comes down to, what you said, being professional, winning games. And we're seeing this a lot. We're having to hold on to games because we don't know how to see games. Under Fergie, we used to be able to have control of the game, and there was a large parts that we were in control, but then they still got a chance. We're not having proper control, which is an issue. We've got a comment here from Brisbane. We need a Matic on early to give us that control in midfield, which is kind of what we're alluding to an extent. Just before I let you go, obviously, I just want to ask you, what did you kind of take away from that game in terms of, if there's that one thing you'd really have taken away from that, what would it be?
Midfield, it just needs to improve. I think we need to be quicker. We need to be faster. So when Fred gets the ball, or when whoever gets the ball, we need to just give it to our better players, and they need to look forward and take more risks. I think we need to take more risks. Yeah. They're too safe. They leave it too late sometimes. If Pogba didn't score worldly today, what we were just been trying, and it would have been silent.
I think if Pogba doesn't score that goal, it's a draw because we were trying to get a third and it just didn't come to it. So
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's a moment of brilliance from Pogba, but we need to rip open teams, man. These smaller teams, we need to rip them open. Yeah. Just go for them from the get-go. That's what I'd say.
No, I completely agree with you, man. But listen, just to finish off, as always, I always ask who's your man of the match. I got a feeling I know you're going to give it to.
Oh, yeah. Anyways. You know it is. I'll turn around for you again if you want. This guy here.
Edison Kivani! You should have got a second, but listen, he got a very important goal for us.
Just his work rate.
Yeah, exactly. And look, his work rate was obviously second to none. Listen, Hamza, as always, thank you very much for having, basically coming on. If you don't know Hamza, basically he's got a YouTube channel as well. Shout your YouTube up.
I'll shout you out once I start uploading regularly.
Okay, that's fine. But go check him out. I'll put the link down below and go click on and subscribe to the thing. Anyways, Hamza, I'll catch you in a bit, bro.
Respect.
In a bit. Right, okay, we've got quite a lot of you in the queue, which is good to see. Obviously, as I did last time, I'm just going to stay on to make sure you all get your fair say. I'm trying to think of the order in which to do. I feel like I should leave Kojo towards the end. I don't think he'll mind. But obviously, because Kojo and me, we'll probably go on for 20 minutes. Right, okay. We'll get Kish on next. Because obviously he's here and I've got a bone to pick with Kish. He knows what it's about. It's about that match winner. But listen, as always, if you want to have your say, it's very straightforward. Usmaan Talks United, which is here. Go to that app on Twitter. Hit the link, which I've tweeted it out basically. All you got to do is hit the link. It'll put you into the back of the queue. And obviously, I'll pick you out and obviously get you on the show, give you an opportunity to have your say. That's what it's all about. It's a fan calling show. It's about you guys having your say, reacting to the game however you want. As you can see from Hamza there, he was a bit... he was positive, but there's a bit negative there, which I completely understand. Either way, it's completely up to you regarding what you want to say. Anyways, let's get our next caller on, which is Kish. Kojo, if you can hear me, bro, I love you. I'm going to leave you to the end, so you make yourself very comfy. Anyways, let's get Kish on the homie. Kish, we're still top of the league, boy!
It's in, Usmaan. How you doing, man?
Yes, I'm good. Good to see your beautiful face. What are you saying, bro? Talk to me. How you feeling?
Good win, man. I was nervous that whole game. I can't lie to you because we didn't play very well at all. But I think we persisted well. I I gotta say it, man. I gotta say that name again.
Yeah, the comments already started. Here you go.
Yeah, fair play, man. I gotta say the name, man. And do you know what? We've been waiting a long time. Well, I've been waiting a long time to see stuff like this, right? And nothing but credit to him today. Again, I mentioned it last game as well. Defensively, I was impressed with him before our last game. Sorry, not Liverpool. He was okay.
The game before, I think it was Burnley, wasn't it?
Yeah. And today he was defensively good again today. I thought he held his position quite well. He was everywhere. He seemed to be everywhere. But I think we made and created quite a few good chances. I think we need to be a bit more clinical again. Yeah. So I'm finding myself saying the same thing again. We need to be a bit more clinical. But hats off to Cavani as well.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I hear in the clinicalness. Cavani probably should have scored a second. I think for me personally, Kish, right? Obviously, you're giving credit to Pogba as you. I thought he was poor first half. I've got to be honest. Alongside everybody else, no one was taking any risk. Everyone was practically playing it safe. Of course, his goal came from him taking a risk, hitting it from distance. But in saying that, the overall performance, Kish, what are your thoughts? Like you said, you were nervous throughout the whole game. We seem to be scraping our way through, which I've just kind of alluded to the fact that that's what marks of a champion do. But do we want to see a bit more, though? Because it's too many games down the road that we just seem like we're just getting up the line.
Yeah. Look, our away form is terrific, right? Yeah. And to win a league, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but to win a league, it has, your away form has to be good, right? So let's not take that away from our team. But today, no, it wasn't a good performance. I agree with you in the first half.
Coach.
Well, what can I say, man? But anyways, I think today I agree with you as well. First half today, we weren't great. The defending was sloppy for that first goal.
That first goal defending was absolutely disgraceful.
Absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful in the first half. But look, if we're going to win games like this, right, then we have to persist, and that's what we did today. There is, I want to see an improvement. An improvement in the performances. Yeah. I think we could have played the ball around quicker in the first half. We didn't look alive to it, which has been quite a scary pattern throughout the season. But we just seem to wake up. So we need to definitely get that in gear, 100%. Martial needs to wake up. I don't know what he's doing sometimes. He's going for a really, really poor patch at the moment. But, I mean, to be fair, I can't take it away from the lads. Again, today, they persisted. And I agree with the previous caller. It is the sign of champions or winners, at least, right? And that's what's got to be done. You got to get the goals in at the end of the day, no matter how they come. And I distinctly remember Liverpool doing that last season as well. They had that goal that came off the bar.
Pickford.
Some crazy in the 94th minute or something like that. So
Pickford. Yeah.
You need things to go your way, and it was a way. And look, let's give a bit of credit to Fulham. I'm not saying they're a brilliant team, but they have proven difficult opponents in the last 5 or 6 games. So we did the job at the end of the day. I wasn't happy with the performance. There definite improvements can be made, but hold tight, Paul Pogba, man. What a absolute screamer! Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Let's go! Finally.
This is what I'm talking about. I want to see this, and I'm happy because if he goes, it's £120 million minimum after that goal.
Yeah, it's true, actually. Yeah, hopefully he can obviously play himself into some money as well. In the long run, which would help us buy Ndidi at least. Bloody hell. But listen, you kind of alluded to the style of play to an extent, right? I hear first and foremost this sort of argument. You got to win ugly, and we definitely did that today and against Burnley. And I'm happy for it. At the end of the day, you got to dig deep. These kind of wins build character within the dressing room, and it builds. Again, we come from behind. We have that ridiculous stat that we've come from behind practically every away game, minus a couple here and there. But my issue at the moment is, right, we're going to get found out because defensively we've been poor. Look at the end of that game, right? Fulham were on us. Like, this is Fulham, by the way. I know you mentioned that they've been good of late, but we made them look very good in the final third. Lookman was terrorising us at will. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who can't even make the bloody bench for Chelsea, was absolutely killing us for practically the second half. Is there any like sort of cause for concern there? Do you feel like the cracks are starting to appear and we're just kind of just, like you said, getting lucky, which you definitely need? But do you feel there's a factor that we might get found out, or do you think it's just a matter of, listen, end of the day will come good at the right time, and just continue to sort of stay positive, really?
Do you know what, Usmaan, right? I don't see it like that. Because we've had such a range of performances this season, right? We've had the absolute worst against Tottenham, 6-1, through some fantastic performances, right? Where we've just blown teams away. For example, Leeds, that was a brilliant win, right? So for me, this game was, we played poorly, but won the game. And the levels that we can hit are there to be seen this season. And it's not about cracks appearing to me. It's more, we need to get back to those playing at those levels again, right? When we were scoring fluid goals, there was a lot of movement, and generally we looked a more fluid team.
Yeah.
So no, totally. I'm not having about this whole cracks are appearing. If cracks are appearing, we'd be losing games, quite frankly.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I was just playing devil's advocate, to be honest.
No,
regarding that. I do think a part of it, just to add to that, is the players. A lot of our players attackers aren't even in form. Like Bruno at the moment is going through a bit of a rough spell, which, as Hamdan rightly said, he's entitled to. He's only a human being, so that's completely fine. But Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood, for me, are doing absolutely nothing in most games. I know Rashford, to be fair to him, has definitely done something this season, don't get me wrong. But Martial and Greenwood, they need to offer something, because it's weird to see. It's hard to predict where our goals are going to come from, although, of course, we scored with two different goal scorers today, innit?
Yeah, no, and 100%. I've noticed that as well. We need our actual goal scorers to be scoring goals. Martial, Greenwood, 100% agree. They don't look alive today. The only person in and around the 6-yard box was Edison Cavani. Martial, I caught him on his heels a lot of the time.
That's been the case for him for a couple of games now, man. It's just not with it, man.
No, he's not. I think Mason today was better. He wasn't good. But he put in a few quality balls. He looked like he was doing something. But, it was a tight game today. Fulham defended well. And, you can only judge us by, the performances that we see in front of us. And look, at the end of the day, I know they haven't got quality, but it's a tight pitch. You got to play tight football there at Craven Cottage. So, I think it's a good victory at the end of the day, and we take the positives from it, and we just know that we need to play better, 100%.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, to be honest. It's not an easy place to go, man. As other teams, as you just suggested, very tight pitch. All the teams are struggling as well. Look, end of the day, we got the job done, man. That's the important thing.
Did Chelsea draw there, Usmaan?
Pardon?
Did Chelsea draw there?
No, they won 1-0 because they got a player sent off. It was 0-0 half time, and then he got sent off just before half time, and then he just went to pot second half. It was only 1-0. Mason Mount scored a goal, so fair play to him. But listen, just to wrap it, who's your man of the match and why?
It's a tough one, but I'm going to have to go Paul Pogba again. First off, not great, but he got us out of a situation with an absolute cracker of a goal. Fantastic. That's world class. Right now, he's showing his levels. Pulling moments out the bag. This is why when certain United fans say, "Oh, he couldn't play around this team or he couldn't play around that team," it doesn't matter what team you're in. When you're world class, you do stuff like that. It doesn't matter who plays around you. You do stuff like that, and that's what I've been wanting to see from him for a long time now. And he's starting to finally pull it out of the bag. And do you know what, Usmaan? I feel really, really positive after this game, because we played, we didn't play well, but we've got match winners. right?
That's what it is at the moment, and we've got a lot.
That is what it is. No matter what anyone wants to say, there are match winners there, and there's a lot of them. There's Cavani, there's Bruno Fernandes, there's Pogba, there's Rashford. These people are match winners, and we've got a team full of them at the moment. So, we're going to have ups and downs, but GGMU, man, let's go, man. Let's go, man.
GGMU, you love to see it. Case, listen, thank you as always, bro. My absolute pleasure having you back on the channel. The day one, the homie, absolute pleasure. Hopefully,
make sure follow this guy, man.
Yes, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate Case. God bless, man. I'll chat to you soon, man.
God bless you, man. Take care, man.
Peace, bro. Right, as always, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. As Cage I just said, obviously, a fantastic interview from the homie. Right, we're gonna get Usmaan on next. Transfer Tom, and then like I said, I'm gonna round the show off with Kojo, unless whoever else turns up. If you are watching the show right now, I know there's only a couple of you, but if you are watching the show, if you're on Twitter, if you're on YouTube, go to Usmaan Talks United, which is right there. If you want to have your say, I literally say this every single time. But if you want to join us, you're like, well, I'm gonna have my say, and I don't agree with something he said. Well, by all means, come on, have your say. You don't have to have your face cam, as Tom will show you very shortly, because he never has his. It's completely fine. It's called a call-in show for a reason. We just need your audio. That's pretty much it. Anyways, let's get our next guest on, which is Usmaan United. Oh, Assalamu
alaikum, bro.
Wa alaikum salam, my brother. What you saying, bro?
Alhamdulillah. How you doing, bro?
Alhamdulillah. Happy, man. I was very pissed off during the game. I've got to be honest. But look, we got the job done at the end, man. What are your thoughts regarding the game?
Job well done. You know what? If you look at Fulham's recent form, they've been actually playing quite well.
Yeah.
For a team that's low down, they've actually been quite hard to beat for a lot of teams. They've got some good results recently. Even Chelsea, even though they're shit, they struggled to beat them.
Yeah.
And that was with when Fulham were down to 10 men. So Fulham was going to be tricky. We're getting to that time of the season where we've got to grind out results.
Yeah.
Fergie done it many times with his winning teams.
Yeah.
And it's the sign of champions. Even those Scouser scumbags, they ground out some results last year. And the difference last year for Liverpool was that they turned these kind of results from draws into wins. And we're doing the same now. We're doing what we used to do, winning ugly. And to be honest, if we win ugly every week for the rest of the season, we're champions. End of. And happy days. And then it's about getting the points in the bag at all costs. One thing I would say is there's a change in mentality, amongst fans as well. I've noticed a lot of fans don't panic when we go down. It's not so much doom and gloom. It's like
there's belief, isn't there? Because we've come back so many times.
And you can tell with the players as well that their heads didn't go down. It's like, okay, right, we fucked up. Oops, sorry.
That's all right. It's all right.
And it doesn't matter. We'll get back into the game. To be honest, the chances we had, I got Match of the Day on in the background, and I've just seen that header Maguire missed. Seriously.
He needs to score one of these. He's really starting to annoy me, man.
It's ridiculous. He is.
How many chances is he going to miss?
He's one of England's best defenders. He's an England international. We bought him because of his presence in both boxes.
100%.
Yeah, he couldn't hit a cow's ass with the banjo, mate. Honestly,
so true.
It's pathetic. It's really bad. And Martial, I know he's going to be a stick at the moment, but he's getting into good positions, so he's got the confidence to find the space.
Yeah.
But that little bit of killer instinct. He had 2 or 3 headers today. It
was better in that sense, because my biggest criticism of Martial of late is that he doesn't find himself, like you said, in the space. He's not attacking the ball. He's not getting the box, especially when he plays on the wing. He just stays there. He needs to be getting to the box and joining the attack. But in terms of what you said, right, regarding obviously you don't care if we win ugly. As I just said to Kish previously, to yourself, do you have any concern that we're relying too much on individual brilliance rather than team sort of goals, so to speak?
Before, say, last year, I was a bit worried about that, purely because we were a team of brilliant moments.
Yeah.
Not, a collective group. Today we ground the result out as a team. You see what I mean? It was a team performance today, where we literally, you could tell, we were controlling the ball, playing the ball around. We weren't panicking. And then we unlocked them. We found the key. Pogba found that bit of space, that magical left foot, swung it, spanked it in. And those moments of brilliance come as part of a brilliant team performance, which is the difference from a few years gone by. So I think we're definitely looking stronger. We're definitely in the mix. I think we will be in there amongst the top teams come the end of the season. I really do think so. I think something's changed. Cavani is offering that typical centre forward movement that we've been missing. And to be honest, he's creating space for other people with his runs.
100%.
I mean, look, against Liverpool, he took that run. Rashford ignored him, fair enough. But in other games, there would have been no other number 9 to make that run, to make the space, even though he's a number 7, if you get what I mean. But yeah, we've got that typical centre forward, target man, goal machine. I mean, he was unlucky, that goal he pulled off a great save for his, what should have been
I don't think he was unlucky, to be honest. I think he has to score that. Like, obviously, the first goal was very lucky, really. There's no way.
Oh, that was instinctive. Come on, that was instinctive. Fox in the box.
Yeah, from his perspective, obviously, it's brilliant because obviously he's reacts quicker than the defenders. But you kind of touched upon like team performances, etc. And I hear that. I just think, for me personally, I'm a bit worried that we're not playing well enough. I know that's a positive sign in the sense that we're still winning and digging in deep. But I just feel like we might get found out against a better team, personally.
No, I think you're right, but I think this year, when we're playing bad, we're still winning. Yeah, and I think in the past, what's happened is, when we play well, we've won and we've won well. Yeah. And this season, when we played well, we've won well. But in previous seasons, when we played bad, we've dropped points. Whereas this year, we can play a bit badly and still nick a few goals and win a game ugly. So I think that's where the change is. The change in where we are, how our performances are different now, and the mentality. So I think, you could say the past few games is a bit of a bad run. We've played a bit crap, to be honest, but we've won. We've ground out the result. So, as I said, Usmaan, I think, inshallah, we'll definitely be in there.
Inshallah.
And I think, if you look at today's game, Fulham, really, apart from the goal, they didn't really have that much. There was one move where Loftus-Cheek ran through our whole team like it was Messi. I don't know how that happened. But apart from that, we reduced them to not much. At the end, Mitrovic had a header which could have gone in off.
Literally, I thought it was in. Obviously, I was watching it.
Honestly,
I thought it was in.
And pardon my Punjabi, mera tatti nikal gaya usi waqt. You know what I mean? At that very point, I was like, oh my God. You know what I mean? But again, these are the differences between being on the up or being on the way down. Or teams a few seasons ago, like last season, the year before, that would have gone in. And it'd be like, oh man, just throwing it away.
We're riding that luck in it. Let's be real in it. We did ride that luck today. As you said, you need to have a bit of luck in football to get the result in it.
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm not panicking. Yeah, I just think let's enjoy the ride. Top of the league, come on.
Just to wrap it, who's your man of the match as always?
Tough one. Heart says Pogba, brain says Fred. I think Fred, he ran around. He had a good game. I think he just done the ugly stuff and kept it simple. And also David De Gea, he didn't have to do much, but when he's called upon, did what he had to do.
Yeah, key save from De Gea, obviously.
I know, as a former goalkeeper myself, I know for a fact, you could be doing absolutely nothing, literally all game, but all of a sudden, for that moment, bang, you got to suddenly call into action. And De Gea pulled off a couple of, I wouldn't say worldies, standard saves, but kept us,
ahead. Yeah, no, that Loftus-Cheek one was really important for me. But listen, as you said, Fred is your man of the match. I can't remember who the other people. I think the other people are giving it to Pogba, if I'm not mistaken. So two Pogbas and one Fred. Obviously, well, for me personally, hopefully we see them together again. I just think they need to work on the. They need to work on a bit of their understanding because, like I said, Loftus-Cheek running through the midfield.
What do you think about Gary Neville's comment about mentality? Do you think our, for example, against Liverpool, the belief just wasn't there? But do you think that is starting to change now? You know, the pennies dropped. Hang on, but we are Man United. We can actually go ahead and
it does
take on to
it. I hear that. I don't know about the mentality thing. I do think that there is more belief that we can come back from behind because we've done it so many times this season, especially away from home. So I think in that sense, you know, Pogba kind of alluded to it as well in his post-match press conference as well, saying that we're still confident that we can get back in the game. We're not panicking, and that kind of showed to an extent. But for me personally, it's just about consistency. Like, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. One game at a time. We've got Sheffield United next, which we're expecting to win. Although the last game was 3-2 ended, so it was quite tight.
Yeah.
And then we've got an important game after that. I can't remember who it was, but it was one of the better teams in the league.
Is it Leicester or is it Arsenal? I think it's Arsenal.
It's Arsenal, yeah. It's Arsenal, yeah. It's Arsenal. You're right. So we've got a couple of tricky games to come. Obviously, we'll see where we are. Liverpool have got Spurs after Burnley tomorrow. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see. But listen, Usmaan, as always, absolute pleasure having you on. Inshallah, I'll have you on after this the Liverpool game. I don't know if I'm doing a fan calling show, but whatever the next game is, obviously make sure you call in again. Inshallah, I'll hear from you soon, bro.
Definitely, bro. It's becoming a habit.
Assalamu alaikum.
Take care.
Take care, brother. Take care. Right, okay, so I believe we've got 2 more callers waiting in. Obviously, as you can imagine, I'm trying to give everyone a fair say regarding their thoughts around again. So we're going to get Tom in, and then we're going to finish the show. We called you unless somebody comes late, and obviously we'll get you in as well. If you want to get in, it's Usmaan Talk Tonight on Twitter. As always, check out the link. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to get Tom in. The homie, hopefully Tom is there.
Yeah.
Yes, good to have you, bro. Top of the league, Tom. How are you feeling, man?
Oh, you know, over the moon, I think. Like, you know, a lot of people have gone on about saying tonight, and you know, just this with Pogba. You know, we where has this been for you know the time that we've bought him? You know, I think it's probably the best the run of games that I think he's had in a Man United shirt. He were doing this for France at the World Cup.
Yeah.
He were doing this when he were at Juventus. You know, ploughing on and winning Italian titles. Where it's been all this time, I've got no clue, because under Mourinho, he would have passed that ball. Let's be honest, he would have passed the ball probably to Fred, and then would have passed it out wide and probably lost the ball. So it's something stupid like that. Whereas now, just look up, you've got the space, smash it. It's simple.
What a hit as well.
The contact on the ball was, as soon as you hit it's like a ping on the ball, and as soon as you get that connection, doesn't matter what you can aim it, top corner, bottom corner, middle of the net. The goalkeeper wouldn't have probably stopped the ball. It might have gone in the net with the ball at that point. Yeah. But I take into consideration what we've just seen. Like we say, first of all, the decision with Fred, disgusting. You know, I thought, you know, if Manchester City can still keep that goal from being offside, you could probably fit a double-decker bus there. And the players come through Fred like a double-decker bus.
You're the only person
and he doesn't get a penalty.
You're the only person that's mentioned this, right? And when it happened, I was absolutely fuming. How is that not penalty? He's playing. Fred's done him, right? He's been very smart about it.
Exactly.
It's the most bog-standard penalty that you see in the league. And I honestly said during the watch-along as well, that is literally because of Klopp's tears. Because Klopp was been crying about Man United getting pens. And Man United getting these soft pens.
And Mark Clattenburg, that referee, we feel pressured giving decisions to Man United. What's that saying about the game, to be honest with you?
It's an absolute joke. The fact that the managers can potentially influence, quite evidently influence, you know,
just getting in the minds of the officials before anything even happens.
I thought it was a pen as well. I thought it was a Stonewall pen, to be honest. It's barely been mentioned. But in terms of the pen aside, obviously we go 1-0 down. Shocking defending, I'm sure everyone would agree.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the reaction from the boys, it kind of took us 20 minutes really to actually do something. Were you impressed with the reaction, or do you feel like, as someone said here, we need to kill the games off earlier? Do you feel like it was just a matter of time, or what were your thoughts on how we reacted to going 1-0 down?
No, well, I think the story of how we've been when we go down in games has pretty much been for the whole season.
Yeah.
You take the Tottenham game, we were 1-0 up, but we couldn't see a game out from 5 minutes. Whereas we go 1-0 down in say 5 minutes, but we can miraculously reincarnate and come back to life. The Cavani goal,
It's so
though,
true.
it's so him. It's so that kind of player. Because I look at recent years, like that used to be Wayne Rooney in that position. That used to be Van Persie. That's what we thought Martial was going to be, but it's not turned out like that. And we'll probably get onto him in a bit. But overall, with the whole performance, I thought going forward, we've got a new system, we've got a new dimension, it would seem. But defensively, it's got to be sorted out. People have been calling for Bayer to come into the team tonight, and I said I wouldn't have personally played him tonight. I would have probably played him against Liverpool.
Yeah.
I would have brought in Tuanzebe tonight, just based on the fact you're going to have.
Tuanzebe's not had a game since that.
Exactly. You're gonna have runners like Loftus-Cheek coming in. Loftus-Cheek's probably going to out jump Bayer. But Bailly's got the quickness. But Tuanzebe's got both. He's got the height and he's got the speed. So I don't understand why we haven't give him, a chance in these kind of games. But the big one for me is Donny van der Beek. Like, if I'm in this position, mate, I'm. What I don't even know what the date is today. What's the date? The 20th. You've got 11 days. I'd be on phone to my agent, to be honest with you. Get me on loan somewhere and end the season.
I don't know if he's allowed to leave in January. I don't know if they made a change in the rules.
No, you can go on loan. You just can't.
Oh, you can go on loan. Obviously,
send him on loan back to Ajax for the season. What have we got him for?
From our
systems like this.
I just don't understand why he's not getting subbed on or anything. Like, I understand Pogba.
He warmed up for half an hour with Rashford to be told to go and sit down, and then you bring on McTominay, who I think had done 3 stretches. Get on the field, Scott. And then Matic. I understand, but Matic should have probably come on for McTominay in McTominay's position in terms of the subs.
It just doesn't make sense. You've got Matic there, right, to do a 10-minute cameo, and he brings on McTominay. Like,
this is what I mean.
It's like McTominay. I just don't understand.
McTominay's like the Mason Mount of Man United, pretty much.
He's not even a CDM, so if you want someone to show the game out, surely you send on the experienced CDM who's literally won it all for 10 minutes. Like, he can do a 10-minute job,
This is what I mean. But it's like we're saying when we're talking about coming into games. I would sooner us be 2-0 up after, say, 30 minutes, because I honestly believe we can hold out for the rest of the game, rather than making these miraculous comebacks like we're doing. It's nice to see, but at the end of the day, at some point in time, it's going to come to an end.
We're going to get found out, man.
We're not. We've gone a year unbeaten away from home. Liverpool have gone 3 years unbeaten at home. It's not going to get anything ridiculous like that, because we're not going to get away with it. We've got to go away to City, such as in the league this season. We've got to go away to Chelsea, which, Chelsea aren't playing well at the moment. But it's like we're saying with games like Fulham. Beating Fulham isn't for every team. Let's be honest and say this. Liverpool were shocking against Fulham. Liverpool were absolutely shocking, and they paid the price. They don't have the match-winning players in their team, and you can blame your injuries or whatever bollocks you want to use. And sorry for swearing, but I'm sick of it when I'm hearing, Thiago's been out for the season. If Thiago was here, we'd have done this, we'd have done that. If Salah was this, that, the other. Liverpool are shocking at the moment. Liverpool are the only team that I would say are fearful of. Well, the only team that can take over us in the table if they win the game in hand, which they probably will do, is Man City. That's the only team, and them and us are the best 2 teams probably playing in Europe right now. Barcelona, shocking.
Nah, Tom, I can't.
No. Usmaan. It even came up on the stats. Manchester United over the last 10 games, statistically
might be, but the eye test suggests that we are not one of the best teams in Europe.
I understand that, but in terms of, I wouldn't care if we won the game 2-1 today. Playing spectacularly. If we played spectacularly, we would have won the game 4-0, but we didn't. But still getting results. Bayern Munich are struggling to beat, pub team German teams.
Yeah, but
listen. No. But what I'm saying by it is, you put us as a team when we're playing full capacity against Bayern Munich, for example, at full capacity. We're not going to win the game, no, but we're at least going to make a good account of ourselves. Like with Fulham tonight. Fulham came here tonight. What did they have to lose? Let's be honest. 3 points. That's all that they had to lose. If they lost against a better team. It's just simple.
Yeah.
But it's like managers like Klopp who want to use the excuses of injuries. Well, why do you think City were so ineffective last season? Injuries. Why do you think Man United were so ineffective last season? Half the team was out. We didn't have any squad. We didn't have players like Van der Beek who you could have brought into the game or made something.
It probably wouldn't have used him anyways. But
no, we'd probably use Lingard instead.
Yeah, well, he did a lot last season. But just coming back to the game, Tom, obviously we won the game, like you mentioned already, to a fantastic strike from Pogba. What would you say you've taken away the most from this game or this performance, so to speak?
Probably motivation, to be honest. I think when every now and then we're going to draw a game or you're going to lose a game, but it's like the Liverpool game. We had the chances to kill the game off and, to get the goal rather. And it was a 50-50 game because it was, if Liverpool score, you couldn't see Man United scoring. If Man United scored, you couldn't see Liverpool scoring because it was just one of those games. Whereas like tonight, you see Fulham, for example, score, but you can see Man United get back in the game. And, we can talk all we want about, title challenge and all this, that, the other. Listen, there's nothing really else going for us because, we might go and beat Liverpool, on Sunday, and who knows, we might go and make it to another semi-final and bottle it. We might go and make it to, the Europa League semi-final and bottle it. But in the league, there isn't any of this knockout football. There isn't this, it's all in 90 minutes. Yeah. You've got a full game of system to play. And if you're going to put all your eggs into one basket, I think we all want the Premier League. That is the one thing. I would have took the Premier League over Champions League any day of the week just because of the fact 100%. That it's with the
bread and butter, isn't it?
It's the bread and butter. I think if you conquer your domestic league, bar the French league, because that's pretty much just you could have me managing PSG and I'd probably win the league. It doesn't matter if you could have probably managed PSG and you'd probably win the league. But you've got 5 or 6 teams who could potentially win. And listen, people want to talk about Leicester. Leicester is still there or thereabouts. They were top for over last night. Yeah, they've got players, and it's like I say, if you're going to go out there and you're going to replace Pogba, first protocol is probably going to be Leicester, and you're going to buy either probably Maddison. You're going to probably want to buy Maddison, Grealish.
I want Ndidi badly.
Ndidi. That's who everybody wants. Arsenal were jumping for joy for Thomas Partey. I think everybody would be jumping for joy for Ndidi to come to Man United. Somebody like that would, take over Matic, and you can pretty much kiss goodbye to McTominay for probably the end of eternity. To be honest, but
well, that's the aim.
We can dream.
Tom, to finish off, mate, who's your man of the match for today's game?
Ooh, well, I don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
There's 2 players. It's either the man who has obviously broken some sort of curse with a number 7 shirt, Cavani, or it's got the.
Wow! Don't speak too soon.
No, Usmaan. I'm sick of all this about curses with Sanchez and everything. Sanchez, this point, when he was in his career with Man United, wasn't doing what Cavani's doing right now. Completely 2 different players. When you take it into account, Cavani's 34 and he's still looking fit as a fiddle. Sanchez if he would probably played tonight, would have been out on his arse. It was as simple as that with how you can see players. But no, like you say,
So have you gone for Cavani then? Are you going for Cavani?
It's hard. I don't.
Come on, Tom. It's not that
I'll go for Cavani. I'll go for Cavani.
You're giving it to Cavani. Don't worry, Tom. No one's going to be judging. We've got a couple of Cavani shouts. So we've got 2 Cavani, 2 Pogba, and 1 Fred now. But listen, Tom, as always, an absolute pleasure having you on, mate. And hopefully we'll have you on for the next fan calling show. I don't think it'll be after the Liverpool game because I'm busy, but hopefully.
After Sheffield.
That's the one. After Sheffield United game. Bro, I'll catch you then, man.
Yeah. See you later, then, man. See you
God
later.
bless, man. Enjoy your weekend. If I don't
Yeah,
speak to
God
you,
bless. You too, man.
take care. Right, last but not least, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, which is Kojo. Hopefully he's there because I've made him wait for ages. God bless his soul. As always, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. If you are watching this and you do want to have your say, still got time. Usmaan Talk United. Come tune in, basically. Come tune in, have your say. You don't have to show your beautiful faces. You can't do basically what Tom has just done. Anyways, let's get the gorgeous, the man, the myth, the legend. Kojo, top of the league, baby. What are you saying, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Good W. Good W. After the W, whilst I was waiting here, I was on a Football Manager with Mason Greenwood smacking 4 goals in one game as well in the Champions League. So, yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Yes, the man like Joe in the comments saying, Kojo, come on.
Joe needs to come on, man. The guy's a really bottle, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, I miss you, man. Come through, man.
Yeah, Joe, man, come through, man. What are you being shy for? But yeah, Coach Kojo El Matador. Cheese. I've not done the celebration in a while, to be fair, you know. But listen, what were your thoughts on the game? Obviously, as you may or may not have heard some of the other guys, a lot of them being positive, you know, kind of going down the sort of general consensus of Joe always cracks me up. He always says Kojo and then Usmaan, like every time. But the general consensus of that we've dug in deep, you know, this is what champions do, that kind of thing. Are you kind of of the same opinion of that, or do you feel like there are potentially sort of negatives there because we're not performing to the standard that we would expect? You know, we've not really. I was asking the question on my watch log, when was the last time we played well and won? And everyone was saying Leeds. I was like, okay, Leeds game, fantastic. But prior to the Leeds game, I can't remember. I can't recall a game in the league that we played well and thought, you know what, that was a very good performance. That I genuinely can't think of one. So I don't know. I'll pose that to you. Are you in the same boat as them, or do you feel differently?
I don't know what boat I'm in. I'm happy that we won. I think we played well, but I wouldn't go and say that's what champions do because we ain't there yet. You know what I mean? We just come back to the top of the table, but obviously see have a game in hand on us, but that's never hero there. At the end of the day, it's a good 3 points. Fulham's a dodgy place to come to. I think before Chelsea, they were I wouldn't call it upturn in form, but the performances were getting better because they drew 4 games in a row. But one of them was Liverpool.
Yeah, I was just about to say, they drew to Liverpool. So.
And, you know, obviously, I know Liverpool have been misfiring overall in the league, but it's not easy against Liverpool at the end of the day, and they looked damn good against Liverpool. And against Chelsea as well, to be honest, with 10 men, they looked better than Chelsea. You know what I mean? Chelsea ran away with the 3 points rather than deserved the 3 points. So, I'm satisfied. I can't be mad. I think first half we were very, very shaky. A couple of players were again getting on my nerves throughout this whole game, but overall I can't be upset, man. It's 3 points in the bag, back on top of the table. Nothing to complain about, really. Yeah,
no, I hear you. In terms of, you know, the most important thing, which of course is the 3 points, as you kind of alluded to there, top of the table. There were a few things that I do want to touch upon. First and foremost, just the professionalism towards the end of the game. Obviously, I've kind of skipped quite a lot of the game here, but it just seems like us seeing the game out does not go hand in hand with the what normal teams do. It's like it always has to be. I'm sweating. I'm not playing. I don't need to be sweating Saturday against Fulham. Do you know what I mean? Like it seems like every game. I know the Wolves one were different because we actually scored the winner, so that one don't count. But it seems like a lot of games we're just holding on for dear life at the end. Like, surely we've got to either be more professional in terms of the way we see the game out, or secondly, we've got to kill teams off. We're not doing either of them at the moment. We're just holding on practically to an extent. Like, is that something that frustrates you or worries you, or what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, it frustrates the living hell out of me. I mean, it's one of those things where there's no right balance. It's like when we are in the lead, we still want to attack. And I understand that United's philosophy is attack, but sometimes you just got to slow the game down completely. Just retain the ball, pass it well, and say, all right, we're closing this game out. We don't really need to score. And then if the opportunity is there to add one more towards the end, then you do it. We were good at that back in the day. Everyone talks about, you know, Ole trying to maybe be like Sir Ferguson's Man United, bring back that kind of DNA, the old school feeling. Just when we were winning 2-1, we weren't doing gung-ho to try and make it 3-1. We were tactical. We were smart. And then if we saw the last goal there to kill him off completely, we took up the opportunity and we did it. So there's that. And then in terms of how we are sweating at the end of the game, is because we make it hard for ourselves, man.
We don't have to manage it. We don't have to manage a game, do we? We haven't
No, like for example, I mean, it led to nothing, so it's fine. But Bailly's kind of awkward back pass to De Gea, we had to run and blast it away from. I'm thinking if De Gea took an extra second to relax rather than go forward, we're talking about either Fulham scoring or De Gea screaming at Bailly for one hell of an awful pass. So it's that kind of stuff. It's such a small thing, but it's a detail that can mean a lot in the bigger picture. So I would wish that we would be a lot more smarter with the way we see out games. And more importantly, bro, we need to start making changes at the right time. He's done it like twice this season. Yeah. He keeps waiting and waiting.
I don't know why he brought McTominay and all that.
That didn't make sense.
Over Matic, you've got a CDM there. If you want to see the game out, which is fine, use the right player. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, use someone that's got the capabilities to do that. And to be fair, Van der Beek, previously in games during the season, he's come on last 15 minutes and we've had a flurry of goals. The Newcastle one in particular comes to mind, where he sent Greenwood away, if I'm not mistaken, on the right wing, and then Greenwood assisted. I think it might be Dan James, if I'm not wrong. But so like the moments like that, he could have either rolled the dice and put Van der Beek on, gone for the winner. But if he's gonna try to see the game, surely Matic over McTominay, no?
Yeah, because Matic is a more disciplined player. The thing what I was saying about McTominay last week is I don't think he's got the discipline in the sense that, yes, he will sit back and he will block shots and he will try and intercept passes. But when it comes to controlling and just keeping the ball, he's not better than Matic like that. And that's just what it is. That's as simple as it.
100%.
So, and Donny van der Beek, the thing is here, I genuinely don't know what he has to do at this point to get minutes. Like, and when I say minutes,
it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. From Tom was saying prior to you, he's got 10 days left until the transfer window closes. He might as well just tell his agent, look, this will get me out of it, because how can he not be? He's got to start against Liverpool. I thought he should have started today, but he could have subbed him on for Bruno. Like, is Bruno not allowed to be subbed off or something?
Bruno came off with a minute to go. Like, it was.
He could have subbed Bruno off. He could have subbed Bruno for Van der Beek. Like, just fresh legs in camp with a bit more ball retention. Not to criticize Bruno, but I'm just saying, like, why not? Like, do you know what I mean?
But you're right, though.
Van der Beek's not a good player. Like,
bro, you're right, though, because Bruno's
a quality player, freshen the legs up. I think I just don't understand. I really don't get the logic behind some of his why he wouldn't bring Van der Beek on. You can't tell me he's not ready.
Well, you're right.
Badding up Juventus and co. I obviously brushed over it, but you mentioned seeing games and you gave that example with Bailly. Another one is Rashford. He's been on the pitch for 5 minutes? First and foremost, right? He comes on the pitch, right? He's not tracking back, firstly. I don't understand what the fuck is going off. I don't want to swear, but why are you not tracking back? You're literally on the pitch for 10 minutes, bro. I want to see you tracking back. I want to see you winning every single ball. We're trying to win the title here. Obviously, it is what it is today. But we're trying to win the title. We go top of the league if we win this bloody game. He's just jogging about. And then he gets the ball in the 93rd minute. There's 94 minutes on 4 minutes added on. 93rd minute, left wing. He's got the ball. You're thinking, all right, you can keep the ball in the corner. What does he do? He comes inside, plays the ball to Matic, and then Matic goes, what are you doing? Matic takes one play wrong, passes it back to him to try to say, just keep it there, obviously. He doesn't. He comes back inside and takes a shot, loses the ball. Luckily, the ref blows a whistle. And again, people can say, Usmaan, you're nitpicking. I'm not nitpicking, because this is what we're talking about. It's brain dead. We don't know how to manage a game. You just keep the ball in the corner. As you said, slow it down. Like, for me personally, look, I'm not blaming Oli, but if you're a manager, you're seeing your player do that, you need to be the touchline telling him what the F are you doing, bro. You need to be screaming at him. There's nothing there. Like, just people getting away with just bullshit like that. Like, for me personally, they gotta be smarter, man. You gotta be smart, haven't you? Surely.
You know what it is, yeah. What I hate about modern football right now is you got one or two things. They try and keep the ball by playing pretty triangles, which I'm happy. I'm a fan of, like passing. That kind of style of passing where you keep the ball, you're playing phases, and I like it, but there's a time and place to do it. And then there's a second group of players who, no matter the minute, no matter the situation, are thinking, I must come at you and I must try and embarrass you, beat you so I can get a shot and score. I understand Rashford wants to score. I get it, but there's no need for you to be doing that in that moment in time. You've come on as a fresh pair of legs to help the team see the game out. I understand it's Fulham, regardless, no matter who it is, sometimes you have to see the game out. And it's either one of two things. Either it's him just trying to be as selfish as he can, trying to score goals or whatever, or it's Ole saying just go out there and do your thing. And what worries me about that is even towards the end, we still looked a bit open in terms of how we were playing anyway.
Bro, sure.
Someone like Matic with his experience that you're talking about, when you give the ball to me, he was pissed off and he's like, take the ball back.
Exactly, like Richard said, we need more leaders on the pitch, man. 110%.
Exactly. Just be smart about it, you know.
Yeah. Hello, Green Devil. Hopefully, you do well, bro. Also, good comment here from Brendan. Doesn't make many of them, so I've got to put it on. There's something happening that we, the fans, are not aware of. I've got to ask you this because obviously some people are saying that, some people aren't saying that. Do you think something's happening at Man United? Look, this is another game we've dug in deep, got a result, got over the line. I can't remember, it was Tom, I think you might have said, Hassan, I think it was Tom. In future years, if we draw this game, we may even lose this game. But this isn't the first time, this is the fifth time we've dug in deep, got a result, obviously, because go back to the West Ham game, Southampton, etc. So what are your thoughts regarding that? Do you feel like something's happening in terms of, United? Is anything happening at the moment? Or do you think it's just a matter of, we just get the results, what we need, so to speak? I think that silence says a lot.
You know what? I'll say it like this. Innit? Because I don't want to disrespect too tough. We are getting results. Yeah. We are doing well. That's all I'm gonna say for now. We are top of the table. It's very good. The position we're in right now is very good. The points haul, it's not fantastic, but at least we're doing something. I don't want people to get too ahead of themselves. I don't want people to think, just take our time. I'll say this, but I'll say this. If we've played 18 games now, yeah? If by game 25 we're still up there, I will sit here and I'll say something is happening. That's when I'll say something's happening, because then I'll be like, okay, hold on.
Well, we've got a lot of important games. Obviously, we've got to put a lot. I don't be bad to them, but Arsenal at the moment seem to have one over us for whatever reason. So we got to win these games. We haven't won against a top 6 team.
Usmaan,
yeah.
What you just said just there, that's why I'm not saying it.
Yeah,
that's why, because last season
I want to see us beat one of these teams, man. We got to the 6-point games.
Last
I
season,
expect us to beat Fulham, that, man.
We beat these guys last season, bar Arsenal, which pisses me the hell off because we should be smacking Arsenal every time. But
look at this comment from Joe. I'm not a fan of Joe. Same with winning the league, 21 and 21.
21 and 21. 21 and 20. That it still jars me that we lost to Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie to you. That loss annoys me more than Spurs. I don't understand 6-1. I came on here, I was screaming, but with Arsenal,
that day, yo.
With Arsenal, you should not be losing to Arsenal Football Club. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. I don't care if Emil Smith-Rowe's come back from Huddersfield Lawn and he's doing his thing. I don't care about any of that. You should not be losing to that team. Yeah. That game, they won because we sucked. Brutally honest.
We've sucked a lot in these big games, which is a worry for me, man.
Exactly.
6-point games. When we got to play Man City and that, we're going to have to beat Man City now because they're above us.
To beat them because they're around us.
They're going to be above us realistically come that game. And we have to win one of these games. We've got, to be fair, the only game, I was actually reading it back, the only game really that we've beaten that is Leicester. We beat Leicester 2. Oh no, we drew just. I keep forgetting we drew to Leicester 2-2.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my god, we drew to them. Never mind.
Anyways, Usmaan, sorry. Rich in the comments is saying that Sean said that we're in a title race, so like I should say that we're up there as well. And I'm not saying that we're not in a title race. What I'm saying is
you're waiting until 25th game and then
before I say something's happening, because when you say something's happening, it's like there's a change in the culture.
I hear that.
Yeah, we've gone back to the times when we can think like, oh, okay, now we're actually there. I just want to take my time with it. I don't want to be like, yeah, we're there, and then something happens, and then I come back and I'm annoyed. let's just take our time, see how it goes. That's how our season progresses bit by bit. And then if we're up there by 25 and we're doing a thing, a gap opens between us and many others, then cool. Yeah. We're in a title race times 1,000. Right now, I say we are. Take our time.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I hear you. Listen, at the end of the day, we're going to have a lot of tests. There's going to be a lot of twists and turns. For me personally, look, fair play to the guys, as everyone suggested. We're dug in deep. We got the 3 points, which is the most important thing. We have to see how we react to failure. You know, when we drop points, we'll then react in a certain way and obviously be positive. Listen, Cody, before I let you go, as always, bro, who's the man of the match? We haven't even spoken about it. I've just realised, Gojo. We haven't even mentioned it once in your interview at all. Paul Pogba's goal, I haven't even asked you. I've not even mentioned it. We've not even spoken about Cavani actually either. We've not even spoken about either. We've just been talking about. Just before I let you go, can I get your thoughts on Cavani and Pogba's performances? Because I've not even asked you. I've just realised. What were your thoughts on them two in particular? That's
fine. All I'm going to say is this. Pogba, actually, I'll go with Cavani first because he scored first. Cavani, that's why I wanted him here. Pure poacher. Yeah. When he doesn't, anticipate anything happening in that box. Simple as that. Keeper parried it. He was there first, bang, goal. That's what he's there for. That kind of instinct. That's what I want the other guys to learn. Because a lot of strikers in today's game is do everything. Cavani's able to get involved in the play, but more importantly, he does his main job as a striker, which is being the right place at the right time to score goals. Point back, period. Pogba is just magic. And I understand. I listened to what Kish said because I came into the comments quickly. I ran to it.
Yeah, I see this.
But when I heard Kish's voice, I went into my phone. I was like, I can't log off this, bro. I need to go and say I'm praising that. But I understood what you're saying in terms of we want to see that often. When Pogba is at his best, there's not anyone that can touch him. And you saw the quality in the goal, the bring down, the beat of 2 or 3 players.
When it was happening live, right? When I was watching it, I was gassing over it. His first touch. Because he, as we say, he's brought that with snow. Like, it's come down with snow on it. It was that high, the ball. The first one, he's brought it down. And then he's obviously, I was just gassing over that first touch. And then he takes the second touch, and I was like, I wasn't thinking much of it. And then man puts it in the top corner. Bro, my face to the watcher, I need to clip it. I haven't seen it back. But I was just in sheer shock. Like, it's like, bro, I'm not going to say where's that been because I've seen him do it. But it's such a huge goal. Like the West Ham one that hasn't been mentioned, the first goal in the game is always the most important. It was such a pivotal goal. It puts us back at the top of the table. And for him, on a personal level, man, he just seems like he's a lot of people saying, oh, look what Bruno's done. Obviously, Bruno's kind of going through a lull, which is completely fine. And Pogba has really stepped up, hasn't he, when we needed him?
He has really, really stepped up. And the thing about him is, I think this season, after he came back from COVID, it had to be a steady progression thing because anyone that's had COVID will tell you that it finishes you. You don't recover. It's not like a cold when the cold goes and you're just, all right, cool, I'm back. COVID, the after effects, as well as when you have it, it's not easy to deal with. That's how many players have struggled as well. Someone like Trent, for example. Trent has been in this game for ages. He's just come back from COVID as well. Yeah. So it's going to take some players some time to get back into their groove. But I think more importantly, he's enjoying his football. And this is why I'll give a bit of credit to Ole as well, because Ole was his coach in the reserves when he was younger. So he always had a kind of good relationship. And I think he just knows, even though he had a spell when he played in super deep, which we'll never understand. But all in all, he knows where to put Pogba best. So, and that's not right wing. So this week he played him. Today he played him in his right position, and you saw the best out of the guy. So just keep letting him do his thing. As long as he enjoys his football and you have the right midfielder around a quality player, and that goes for any quality midfielder, they will shine. They will do their thing. So good on him, man.
100%, man. I completely agree with you. Look, it does make me wonder what would happen if you played there against Liverpool, but again, that's already happened. We don't want to dwell on it too much. But look, I'm happy for Pogba on a previous level, a personal level. I know yourself, myself, I've been defending him on so many podcasts, so many group chats. And look, at the end of the day, he's got to do his talk on the pitch. I said that after the Raiola comments. I said that with pure vim, as you would say. He has to talk on the pitch. And he's been doing that since the comments, and long may it continue. At the end of the day, look, he can only do what he's expected, which is 7 out of 10s at least, consistent. Look, today, I thought it was poor first half, second half, stepped up, got the W. What is the game? We flipping move. But listen, who is your man of the match? Did you give it Pogba, Cavani, or did you give it someone else?
No, I'll give it to Pogba because he was the match winner. I heard what he said earlier. I can't remember who said it to about he had like a poor start to the game, and I think you're right. I think
I was saying it myself.
Him just like many others were just really, really poor at the beginning of the game. I don't know what that was about, but he leveled up when we needed him to level up, and bit by bit he took control of the game, and that goal was just the icing on the cake. That was a beautiful goal. That's a match of the day. Man. That's a match of the day. Goal of the month contender, and it's a winner. So everyone prepare your votes. Man United. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Listen, here's what it is. There you go. I think Pogba currently has the most man of the match votes from the callers. Let us know who your man of the match is in the chat. Got one more caller to finish off the homie Jerry. As always, a pleasure. Myself and Kojo will be back with a very special podcast.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to plug you still.
Yes. Me and Kojo, we're going to be interviewing the beautiful game. You listen, everyone knows who they are. Huge podcast tomorrow, 7 p.m. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Also, Hado will be co-host alongside us. So it's set to be a banger. Stay tuned. As always, Kojo, I'll chat to you soon. Obviously, send me the questions whenever you've got them. But apart from that, peace, my brother.
Peace, bro.
Catch you in a bit. Safe. As always, make sure you show love to Kojo. 3 in Midfield podcast, you already know. He's a regular on the platform. Make sure you show love to him. Obviously, I was there for his 150th podcast. Unbelievable achievement. So yeah, go and subscribe to him. I believe he's just got past 100 as well. So huge congratulations to him and the boys. But last but not least, I can't even speak. The homie. Listen, every time I see this guy's beautiful smile, it's been good times at the moment. The homie Jerry, let's get him in here.
Yes.
Come on, my G. Yes, bro. Talk to me. What are you saying?
This team, man. This team.
This
team. Are we gonna keep doing this? Like, are we gonna crawl to the title?
About this.
You know what? Yeah, the result. Like, great, but the performances, are we going to keep hanging on? Like, is it going to be like this for the second half of the season?
It's stressful, isn't it, bro?
Exactly. It's emotional, man. Like, when we conceded the first, I was thinking, come on, man. Bailly, I don't know. Obviously, I've just jumped to the stream because I was doing my one, but Bailly, he was actually at fault for that first goal.
Yeah, I watched it back initially. I was blaming Maguire is at fault as well, but it's probably more Bailly's fault than Maguire, to be honest, because Bailly can quite clearly see that there's a guy right in front of him, which is Lookman, I believe. Just go over and cover it. It's not that deep. Do you know what I mean? Job done.
It's kind of difficult when you want someone to start and then the mistake comes from them. You're like, maybe Lindelof should have started. Obviously, I don't know if he's injured or whatever it is, but 1-0 down, and obviously Cavani. This is why, for me, Martial needs to come out now, man. Like, I've tried to back him,
bro. I've been defending this guy. I'm finding this so difficult.
It's so hard, man. There's nothing I can say now. There's nothing I can say now. Like, it's not about the hold up play and he can link up. Like, it's just not good enough. And we've got the squad to rotate players, so why not? If you get what I'm saying. So
who would you bring in there for Martial? If you're saying you want to take him out.
So Cavani up top, Rashford on the left, on the right. Again, Greenwood.
I do think. Just sorry to interrupt you. I do think Martial needed. Not Martial. I do think Rashford needed a break.
Yeah.
He's been playing too much. I would have probably benched Bruno as well because he probably needs a rest as well. Hopefully he's rested on the weekend, which he probably won't be. Let's be real in it.
Well, you're resting on the weekend. It's Liverpool. No. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know it's Liverpool. He's not going to rest him. He does need a rest though. Like, he's not going to rest today, and he should have rested today for me. But
rest him against Sheffield.
Yeah. True. But he'll probably be injured by then. We got a comment here from the Green Devil. I know he's posted it already. Don't worry, I did see it earlier when you posted it. I just completely forgot to read it out. My mistake. I might be on my own here with this, but I always felt the win was coming, totally in control. Training match at times, not feeling nice feeling, creeping back into Man United. What are your thoughts on that comment, Jerry?
I agree. I always felt that we will go ahead and come back, but the hanging on bit is where I get scared because I always feel 2-1. That's such a dangerous scoreline, man.
Kill the game. Please.
Yeah, like I hate the feeling of hanging on and they get a corner on a set piece, corner again. Bailly nearly scores her own goal. I thought that was it.
Oh, bro! My God. When I was watching that, I thought it was in the whole time.
Oh,
like, it's
man.
happened in slow motion almost.
Slow, yeah, that's what it felt like. It was so slow. I was just waiting for the net to bulge.
Bro, I
Right,
couldn't
it was
believe
scary,
it
man.
going.
Did you see when he did like a back pass and it was a bit short?
Oh my god,
Fam.
De Gea. Oh, and then De Gea comes and kicks it
Yeah.
out down the left wing or something.
Yeah.
Towards short side.
Fam,
Bro,
it's
it's
scary,
just like,
man.
Bayer had a shaky game today. Like,
Yeah,
obviously,
shaky.
he had good moments, and of course, as we've just suggested there, obviously the own goal's not his fault. Mitrovic has added on to him. But in terms of, you know, us coming back again, you know, I want to stick some politics. I've kind of called out some of the people's thoughts. But in terms of coming back again, does that build that sort of mentality in the players, knowing that, look, we've gone down, we've gone behind, but we can come back. We've done it about 9-10 times this season. Just to remain patient. Do you think that's something that is massively sort of helping the players mentally?
Yeah, because a couple seasons ago, even last year, like if we went a goal down, I think it's even happened us with us fans. Like when we go down, we still
100%.
feel like we can get back into this game because it's this season has shown that we've done it many times. There's no fluke. So yeah, man, I think it's a shift in mentality that not to panic. We've got the quality to come back. So yeah, man, I think it's a very good tool to have, and yeah, hopefully it can take us to the title, man, because it shows the fighting mentality that the squad's now showing.
Yeah, no, the fighting sort of the fight mentality, as you just mentioned there, I think that's something that's been the major change, if anything. Like a lot of the players tend to be showing that after the games. There's a lot of comments in here talking about Pogba's celebration, what it means.
Yeah, I saw that.
Game.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen his celebration. I've seen his post-match interview, but I must have missed his celebrations. But in terms of just the sort of the vibes around the club at the moment, do you feel that that's something that goes a long way at the moment? And how much of that is down to Oli in terms of changing that sort of mentality?
I know Oli gets a lot of stick, but when you peel it back and just look what he's done since he's come into the club, it's actually been remarkable. Like this time last year was 30 points behind Liverpool. I mean, today we broke the away record for 17 games.
I think we leveled it. If I'm not wrong.
Oh, we leveled it.
Either way.
It's actually a good feat to have, and I think Oli has a major part because you can tell these players play for him. There's good 100%. Vibes in the club. The players, they look in harmony. I mean, yeah, man, it's good. It's positive vibes, man, and that's what we really wanted Oli to come and do. Obviously, if you didn't believe he was the full-time manager. Right now, it's like he's doing the interim manager, but in a long contract way. And he's doing well, man. There's positive vibes. We're sitting top of the league. There's major progress since he's come in, and that's what we really wanted to see. Can he take us on an upward trajectory? So, yeah, man, shout out to Oli and the staff and all of them, all the players, everyone.
Yeah, no, credit where it's due, as you mentioned, man. Look, 11 that record is absolutely outstanding. 17 games away from over a year as well.
Yeah.
Fair play. Look, end of the day, that's all you can really. You got to give him plaudits in it, and that's all he can do in that sense. I want to ask you about Cavani. Already you talked about Martial briefly in terms of not being able to defend him. I think me and you sit in the same boat there at the moment. Because I've been defending him fully.
Yeah, but it's hard, man.
I've barely got a leg to. I've not got a leg to stand on. Actually, let me rephrase that. In terms of Cavani, right, has he made his number 9 position his own? His goal, yes, don't get me wrong, it's lucky. Of course, it is. A goalkeeper shouldn't spill that. But the fact that he reacts way quicker than any of the defenders shows his instincts.
Yeah.
And off the ball, his work crowd.
Oh, bruv, the pressing.
Putting the kids to shame, really. Let's be
for real.
Putting Rashford and Martial to shame.
Martial, especially, yeah. Because the pressing, I'm thinking, and this guy like 33 or like he shouldn't be running how like Martial. You should be inspired when he's doing that. You should think like, rah, this guy's he's been around the block, he's done it all, and he's still fighting for this team. Like, and I mean, that's the goal. That's just he smelled the danger. Like Martial, I don't back him to score them type of goals, like where the ball's just bubbling and he's in the right place at the right time.
Yeah,
I mean that's Cavani for you, man. And when you look back, the signing's been a great signing. And right now he has to start for me. Like no more this bench. Like Martial, I'm sorry, man. He has to hold the bench now, man. He has to because Cavani, he's the real deal. The number 9, maybe he needs to take the number 9 shirt. I'm going that far because
he's breaking the curse for the number 7.
7 as well. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
true. He's backed it off before he leaves it. But listen, I completely agree in terms of his movement, just in around the box. As you said, he's sense the danger, which you could only applaud him for that. I think for me personally, it comes down to the work rate. Look, you see that from someone you think that would motivate you. Like, for example, you played football, I played football. I'm sure a lot of you watching this, sometimes when you're playing 5-a-side, 7-a-side, wherever it may be, and you see one of your boys that they're putting in shift, you think, oh shit, I need to fix up myself. Hopefully that rubs off on here, Martial and Greenwood, and of course Rashford as well. But in terms of moving forward, you've already alluded to you want Martial on the bench. Another person that's been seen a lot on the bench, Van der Beek. Bro, listen, what are your thoughts? Because, like, for me personally, the preview that I did on Aaron's channel, like, I was saying that Van der Beek has to start this game.
Yeah, I watched that. I watched that. Game. He was backing him, man.
I got the front three right, to be fair. Yeah. But I was saying there's no way Van der Beek doesn't start this game. Bruno needs a rest. As you kind of mentioned previously, he got rest against Liverpool. He's got off to rest against Sheffield United. What are your thoughts on Van der Beek? Like, because what is going on? How can you not even get a 20-minute
That's what I'm thinking. Like, he doesn't even get minutes now. Like, sometimes, what was the point of signing him? Like, he must be thinking, like, obviously, but I'm thinking, where does he fit in? Because if we're not going to rest, unless we play a diamond, I think that's the only way we can fit him in. Because it's either Scott or Fred, Pogba or Matic. I'm surprised he went Pogba and Fred today. He mixed it up for some reason.
Yeah.
Van der Beek, you know what? I think it's like you remember Fred's first season where he wasn't really getting a look in, and maybe next season we'll see the best of Van der Beek. That's how I'm approaching it, because he's too good not to be playing in this team, man. Like, people forget who he is. Like, I saw you on Aaron's channel talking about, like, this guy played in Ajax's team, battling up the Champions League against top opposition. Like, he's not a young player, man. Yeah, he's not a young player coming from abroad where he needs to adapt, and he's a proper player. Like,
Jerry, just needs to go back. Shall I tell you what I think? Obviously, you kind of mentioned where he should be playing. You know, we've spoken on previously about Luke Shaw opening his game because of Tellers. Yeah. I think Van der Beek needs to be challenging Bruno for that 10. Like, I know people are going to say this is the most ridiculous comment you've ever heard, because of course Bruno has been the catalyst. I'm not saying that he should be starting over him. But when Bruno's not having a great game as he was in today or against
it should be like for like.
He needs to be subbed off.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
Because look, at the end of the day, Bruno, look, again, I understand why he's still on the pitch, because he's a match winner. He's done it already a lot of times when he's not played well. He's got a goal and assist late in the game. For example, against Newcastle, when he overlaps and hits in the top bins last 10 minutes of the game. I hear that. But you've got to create this competition, and Bruno needs to know that he's not untouchable.
Yeah,
and for me personally, that's the only place you can play him, because you can't take Pogba off at the moment because he's been absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. And I wouldn't want to take Pogba off for Van der Beek, to be honest. I feel like Van der Beek is an 8. He's not a 6. And Pogba is currently playing a double pivot, which is probably more of a 6 or a box-to-box. And that isn't really Van der Beek's game. Don't get me wrong. He's a quality player. He can still do it. And he can still arrive into the box and do his thing. But I'd rather see him challenging Bruno Fernandes, 20-minute, take Bruno off if Bruno's not performing, and allow Bruno to think, shit, I need to step up here, because Bruno kind of drifting in and out of games a lot as well, which is understandable, because as a team, we don't create many opportunities, which is a problem, given how many ballers we have on the pitch. You see with Cavani, right? He's not getting that many chances. That chance that he's got, we haven't created that.
Yeah, that was from exactly.
The only chance we've actually created is one chance, which is a header that he definitely has to score that header, don't get me wrong. But that's the only clear-cut chance Cavani's had this game. Yeah. And it's not good enough. And like with Bruno Fernandes not getting involved in the game, and that's down to like players like obviously Fred, Pogba. They need to do more with obviously dictating the play. But you know, what are your thoughts on that aspect? Do you think there's a case that Van der Beek can potentially do that, or do you think
I agree.
Bruno off?
I agree 100% what you just said. Like, the competition is very key. Like, as you said with the Luke Shaw even said himself that since Teller's come in, it's pushed him to become better, and we're seeing the Luke Shaw that we want to see. With Bruno, it's true, because it should be an instinct thing. Like, when we see Bruno's number going up, that we know Van der Beek's coming on to replace him like for like. But like, Van der Beek doesn't even get a look in. Then he'll bring on Scott to protect the lead, or like,
well, Bruno brought Scott, and then myself and Kojo were saying, well, if you want to protect the lead, Matic, sure.
Matic, exactly. Like, we could all see it.
Who's an actual CDM who's got height about him.
Exactly.
And he's got quality on the ball to help us control the game over
Wow.
McTominay, who's not a CDM and he has no ability to control the game. So
you know what? I don't even want to get into Oli too much because you won in that. But
let's stay positive.
positive. Van de Beek, man. I don't know, man. I don't want it to be another flop, as they say, like the Matters and the Kagawas, them sort of players where they come with so much promise and then they just leave.
He's really falling into that category.
Yeah, man. It's sad. It's sad. He's too good, man. I think, as I said, I think next season we'll see the best of him. Like Bruno, he's not going to be great all the time, so why not? Like, there's a reason why we got Van de Beek. Like the squad that we have, yeah, like the squad that we have, it should be like cool. Bruno's not playing well. Van de Beek comes in,
but that's what Bayern do with Coutinho. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, don't get me wrong, Coutinho needs to be started, but Coutinho gets subbed on for Muller or he gets subbed on for I don't know, Gnabry or whatever it may be for 20 minutes, and then he comes and does a madness. Or you need to have that, man, because at the end of the day, like you said, with Shaw and Telles, it's quite evident that Shaw's been brilliant of late. I thought today he had a fairly good game as well, though in some moments he could have done better. But that was probably the same with everybody. But Jerry, just to wrap it, obviously before I ask you for your man of the match, what would you say you've taken away from this game? What have you learned the most, so to speak?
So can I ask you about Wan-Bissaka? Because I just finished my stream and bro, what do you think? Because I'm starting to lose patience, man. I'm starting because
I'll be honest. I thought today, right, going forward today, I thought he was okay. Don't get me wrong. No, hear me out. I thought in terms of what he normally does, he put in quite a lot of crosses in today, like 4 or 5, and not like just like he was lofting on back stick. Martial won a couple of the headers. There was one that he should have got an assist. To be fair, he should have got an assist against Liverpool as well. Obviously, Pogba not scoring. So he's doing more. I've got to give him the benefit of doubt because he hasn't got. I was saying on the watch along, and I'll tell you why. He hasn't got anyone to play the ball to because, like, he gets the ball right. And again, I'm not saying he can't do better. Don't get me wrong. But if you look at his play, he's got no options. He's literally got a Greenwood right, and then a Greenwood doesn't want to be there, and then he's got a ball to Pogba inside. That's he's got.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Either that or he has to take on 2 man. Like, if you actually look at the game, he has to always take on a man because he's so far back to get anything in. He has to always beat his man to get across in. You don't see that with Trent. Trent gets the ball played back to him and he whips it in. Because obviously the winger does most of the work and then lay it off to him. So, look, I'm not making excuses for him. Don't get me wrong. He has to do better. The quality of the delivery has to be better. But I do think you've got to be a bit lenient with him because he's not got any help.
Yeah, I have to take that into consideration because it's true, man.
And he's very young as well. Again, I'm not making it. He's literally 21, isn't he? So
that's been a huge problem for us for years. But like you said, competition. I think we need another right back to push him because
for me personally, I was initially saying Lamptey and obviously Max Aarons we were linked to, but Delow's ours.
Yeah, just bring it back. Exactly.
I forgot completely. Delow's been killing it. Sorry, I just got the German highlights in the back. You're bloody hell. We should play like Bayern Munich flipping out. These ones are violating people. But, so in terms of Delow, like, he's our player. He's an attacking fullback. He's basically our Telles on
the other side.
Yeah. So, look, don't get me wrong. I had my criticism of Delow mainly for his defensive duties. But man's got a step over in him. Do you know
exactly, man. He doesn't love a step over.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So, listen, bring Delow back. Obviously, it's not going to happen. AC Milan are currently trying to win the title. Yeah. And obviously, good luck to them. But, yeah, Delow end the season, he's got to be the man that we got to hold on to. I really hope Ollie doesn't fumble that. I've got a feeling that he's going to. So
same. I have a feeling as well.
Yeah, Delow would be the guy potentially could even overtake Wan-Bissaka. But as we see with Shaw, it's not a bad thing, man. You know, that's what we need. You need options, man.
Exactly. And just to answer your question, you said, what can I take from this game?
Yeah.
I saw Kojo just before me. It's true, man. I think we need to take each game. Obviously, I was getting excited. Well, now at the halfway stage of the season, but it's one game at a time, man, because it's a long season and we're not like clear. We're still in the mix. So yeah, man, I'm just looking forward to obviously Liverpool in the cup, but Sheffield next Wednesday, another tough game. I think what was the score when we faced them first?
3-2.
Yeah, we scraped
last minute.
Exactly. So we need to take that seriously.
That game, to be fair, 3-1, and then obviously standing in it, bottled the flipping corner to make it 3-2. But I hear you, man. I hear you. One game at a time, 100%. As Coach rightfully said, he's not letting us get carried away in it. So, it comes to 25 game mark, then we can actually see what won it because we got to play Arsenal, man. We got to beat one of these teams.
Oh, mate.
We got to beat one of these teams. We can't keep saying, like, for example, against Man City and Liverpool, I've said, look, a draw is not a bad result given the opposition. But against Arsenal, Chelsea, and arguably Spurs, after they've absolutely humiliated us, we have to win. We have to win them 3 games, man, because otherwise, Liverpool and Man City are going to win them, innit? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know about Liverpool, but the City,
Well,
but you know what?
Well,
what gives us the advantage
week,
is because the fact that these games are away, I'm a bit more confident going to the second half of the season because we played most of them at home, and our away record is actually good this season. So I think now that the away games, I think I'm more confident going to them games.
Yeah. Fair. No, I hear that. Obviously, like I said earlier, away record is an absolute joke, man. I've never seen it this good. So fair play to Ollie. It deserves huge credit for that, and obviously to the boys for their consistency. But listen, Jerry, just to finish off, as always, I'm not going to tell you I don't know if you heard, but the current standings, one player's got more votes than everybody else. I've not given my man of the match actually, but I'm irrelevant. Who's your man of the match? Let's see if you can tip him over the edge.
It has to be Pogba, man. That goal, the way I screamed, I think I woke up my dad. He was in a deep sleep and he thought something was getting robbed or something. Like, I couldn't believe it. The touch from the ball.
You're getting the belt, bro. You're getting the belt here, you.
It was his left foot. Like, oh my God. Like, that is what we want to see, man. Obviously, he scored the winner against Burnley. He scored the winner today. Like, I think he's going to be very key if we're going to win this title, man. And I'm very happy that it's him because obviously he's gone through COVID with his agent chatting crap. And yeah, man, right now he's our form player. So yeah, man, I'm going for Paul Pogba and deserves it.
100% has to be starting. One of the first names on the team sheet. Completely agree. He stepped up massively for me. That's what I said to Moz. Look, he wasn't great in the first half. A lot of the players weren't. But when it matters, as the commentator said, man, this guy is delivered, man. He really has. He has no right to score that with his so-called weak foot. And he's kind of hit it any better, man. Look, love the guy, absolute legend. And that does mean Paul Pogba has got everyone's mind.
Well, who are you saying then? Come on.
I'll give it to Cavani, to be fair. It was between Pogba and Cavani.
Okay, Cavani deserves a shot.
The reason I give it to Cavani is because of his work rate, man. The guy he did not give up, man, and you've got to respect that. 34 years old, man. Look, fair play to the guy. But I look, I'm not opposed to Paul. I love Paul Pogba, and I'm not opposed to either of them getting in, really. End of the day, we've got the W, Cavani, Pogba, whoever it may be. We've got one for Fred, actually. I can't remember who gave it to Fred.
Fred played decent today,
I thought he played a mixed bag, to be fair. I thought he had some good moments. I'd give him a 7. I wouldn't give him more than that. But listen, Jerry, thank you for being the last caller. As always, we'll be back on the week. We've got a fantastic show coming very shortly. But Jerry, just before we go, just shout out your channel, because I know you always do your match reaction prior to scoring here, man. Tell the people where they can find you.
That's United Team Talk on the YouTube, and it's Jerry United _ on the Twitter. Guys, make sure you subscribe to Usmaan, man. Road to 1K, we need to get in there quickly. So yeah, smash that subscribe button.
Yes, Jerry, as always, man, I appreciate you finishing off the show. God bless, man, bro. I'll catch you very soon, man.
Take care, bro. God bless.
Peace, my peace. Still top of the league, boys. Still top of the league. Right, just want to finish off. Obviously, I've not really given my thoughts. I'm going to summarize very shortly because a lot of the guys have said what I was going to say anyways, which is it wasn't pretty, but we got the 3 points. That's the most important thing for me. I do have a slight concern that in terms of, I'm just watching the highlights in the background, but I do have a slight concern regarding the fact that we're scraping wins. Yes, there are positive to that, as the lads have suggested, sign of champions, so to speak. But I would love to see a couple of convincing performances because at the moment, it does seem like we're kind of living on the edge, of course, quite evidently, but we are riding our luck a lot. That Bayern one could have been on goal. We dropped the points. But in general, it's Fulham. We were allowing them to just run past us. Ruben Loftus-Cheek in particular in the second half was destroying us, as was Lookman at will, and against better quality players, we're going to get punished. So, a couple of concerns. Nonetheless, 3 points. Credit to the boys for coming back again, showing great mentality, and that's all we can ask for. Top of the league, top of the flipping league. Just to finish off, as always, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. As I always say, make sure you turn the notifications on because it helps us. It helps you know when the videos are posted. But just before I go, huge collaboration with the Beautiful Game podcast. If you don't know who they are, check them out on YouTube. They are literally the biggest growing football podcast within our community. They do absolutely phenomenal work. We've got the pleasure of having them on our Usmaan Talks new series, which the first episode last week was with myself and Hader. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Do not miss this. It's going to be brilliant. Myself, Hader, and Kojo will be hosting them. Don't know which members from their team is going to be coming on, but nonetheless, it's going to be a great chat. A lot of chat about mental health. A bit of chat about black representation within sport and other sort of important topics, not just football related. But listen, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on so you don't miss it. I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. for what will be an absolute banger. It's been your boy Usmaan, Manchester United, back to top of